Episode 1, Dahlonega. The series starts off in a Georgia national forest, where a dead woman is lying on a car in the pouring rain. Jump to Anna Andrews, who seems to be rattled about something. Her face is swollen and she narrates that there are always two sides to every story. Next, we meet Jack Harper, a local detective for the sheriff's office, and he is with his partner, Priya Patel, and they are investigating the woman's death in the woods. Jack is very controlling and tells Priya if they find this woman's phone, he wants to be the first one to go through it. Back to Anna, who we learn is a news anchor in Atlanta, but is going through some issues at work with another anchor, Lexi Jones, because they both want the top spot in the station. Anna lost the top spot when she took a year off absence after losing her daughter. Anna asks her boss Jim if she can go cover the murder in Dahlonega, her hometown, and he approves. She then gets back at Lexi by convincing Lexi's husband, Richard Jones, to be her cameraman during the trip, who she has also been sleeping with. It is then revealed that Anna and Jack are actually currently married, but have been apart ever since losing their daughter a year prior. Anna goes to her mom's house and is shocked to see Jack there, and he tells her he's been looking after her mom, Alice, because she's been having symptoms of dementia. But Anna has been busy in Atlanta. Jack knows why Anna is in town, and he begs her not to cover the murder case. But Anna isn't budging when she finds out the woman found dead was one of her best friends from high school by the name of Rachel Hopkins. After Jack leaves, he goes to the morgue, where the autopsy shows Rachel was stabbed 40 times with a small knife and how there were no defensive wounds, meaning she knew the killer. The pathologist also says they found a bunch of semen inside her, so the doctor assumes whoever she had sex with the night prior must have been the one to kill her. Jump back to Anna, who goes through some of her old things, and she finds an old camera that has a tape in it of her sweet 16th birthday party where she was with her friends, Rachel, Zoe, Helen, and Catherine. Zoe is actually Jack's sister too. Anna also finds friendship bracelets they made, and simultaneously the pathologist finds one in Rachel's mouth. Meanwhile, Jack and Priya go to Rachel's husband's house, Greg Hopkins, but he doesn't answer the door despite being home. The episode ends with a flashback showing Jack was the man having sex with Rachel in his car the night she died, and Anna was watching from afar. Episode 2. Old Friends. At the morgue, the pathologist shows the bracelet to the cops, and Jack realizes that he has seen his sister Zoe wearing one before. The doctor also says she needs to have DNA swabs from everyone that handled the case just to be safe, and Jack says he will get it to her later, which he is trying to stall because he knows if they get his DNA, it will become known that Jack was the one sleeping with Rachel the night she died, and he knows how bad that will look for him. After he and Priya leave the morgue, they go to Duffy Hopkins' house once again, and this time are able to talk to him. He says he knew Rachel was being unfaithful and he had no issues with it, which they both find odd, and Jack alarm bells are going off because he thinks Duffy killed her for cheating on him. But Duffy believes whoever she was hooking up with that night was the one that killed her after she broke it off with him, and Priya agrees, which unsettles Jack. Duffy says he doesn't know the guy's name, but Rachel's best friend, Helen Wang, knows if they want to go talk to her. Helen was another one of those girls that was in their friend group in high school with Anna and Zoe. Jack tries calling Helen, freaking out, but she doesn't answer. Jack then hears a phone vibrating underneath his passenger seat, and he is shocked to see Rachel's phone has been in his truck this whole time, but hides it before Priya can see it. Elsewhere, Anna goes to visit Helen at a private girls' school she is the head mistress of, and while they are talking, Helen brings up an incident that happened 20 years ago and wonders if it is related to Rachel's death or not. But it's clear these two do not get along anymore, and something drove them all apart. At least Anna from the others, that is. Back to Jack, who asks his niece and Zoe's daughter, Meg, for a DNA swab that he can submit to the pathologist as his own. The following day, Anna visits her mom again and they talk about her dementia. But Alice refuses to go to the doctor even though Jack has been called numerous times lately where she has been walking the streets of the town naked at night. As the episode closes, Priya goes back to the crime scene and finds a boot print that is the exact same boot as Jack, but she doesn't know this yet. Jack takes his fake DNA swab to the lab and he's able to get Rachel's phone unlocked by using her face, and he deletes all messages with her and reads texts between her and Helen. Helen asked Rachel if she dumped Jack yet, and Jack now knows Helen knows he was the guy with Rachel the night she died. Episode 3. Anchor Desk. This episode opens with a flashback to their all-girls school they attended, and it's clear Rachel, Helen, and Zoe were all big bullies, but Anna was too afraid to stand up to them because they were her only friends. They love to bully a bigger girl named Catherine, and Rachel pees in her drink when she isn't looking and makes fun of her for drinking it. Back in the present, Jack has been staying with Zoe and Meg for about a year now, after moving out with Anna, and Zoe senses something is going on with Jack, and she eventually pries it out of him that he was sleeping with Rachel and that he was with her the night she died. Jack swears he didn't kill her. But Zoe doesn't know she believes him because he can have a temper. In Atlanta, at the studio, Lexi called in sick, so Jim got Anna to come in to fill for her, but right before she is about to go on, Lexi shows up and says she can go after all, and it's obvious she did this just to embarrass Anna in front of everyone because she is the #1 anchor. Back in Dahlonega, Jack goes back to the crime scene, but this time wears plastic bags on his boots to see if he can find anything he might have missed. He then has a memory of that night with Rachel where Rachel mocked Anna, which upset Jack and he got aggressive, but then she scratched his face and he jumps back to the present, leaving us wondering if maybe he did actually kill her. Jack then sees the groundskeeper and he asks if there is any security footage of the wooded area around the cemetery, and when he watches it, he sees that Anna was there that night too, but she was visiting their dead daughter, Charlotte's grave. Jack then realizes Anna probably saw him having sex with Rachel that night as well. A flashback then shows Anna and Jack trying to calm down Charlotte as they were heading out for a date night and they dropped Charlotte off at Alice's house. In present day, Jack is called once again because they found Anna's mom, Alice, having an episode, walking through the streets of the town naked. When Jack shows up, she begs him to get back with Anna and be a family again, and he texts Anna and asks if they can talk. The following morning, Jack gets a call that Helen Wang has been found dead, and when he shows up at the school, Anna is already there, as she was the one who found the body and reported it. Episode 4. Town Meeting. Jack asks Anna what she was doing there, and Anna says she was there to meet Helen to talk about something at 7 a.m., but when she got there, Helen was already dead. Jack then asks her where she was the night of Rachel's death, and she says she was in Atlanta, and he knows she's lying because he saw her that night. He's starting to wonder if she is the murderer, but doesn't really think she'd be capable of taking things this far. Stabbing someone 40 times is premeditated, and takes someone really angry to do that. The pathologist says Helen was killed earlier in the night before midnight, and someone stapled her eyes shut and wrote the word liar on her forehead. They also found the same friendship bracelet in her mouth as Rachel. Jack goes to Zoe's house and finds Zoe's friendship bracelet, and Zoe tells him that Anna made them all for their friend group when they were younger. Another flashback shows the girls hanging out, taking pictures of Anna in her new bra, and they also convince Catherine to come over and apologize to her for the pee drink prank. In present day, a press conference is held to inform the public of Helen's death, and the town is going crazy because a serial killer is on the loose. After the press conference is over, Richard receives a call from Lexi and says she is coming to Dahlonega to cover the story, and he tries convincing her not to, but she doesn't like Anna getting all the attention. When Lexi arrives, they go shoot an exclusive video with Duffy, and he offers a $50,000 reward for any information regarding Rachel's death. But it's obvious this is just for public sympathy, and Jack notices this. That night, Priya is doing some more researching and she finds a group photo in an old yearbook that shows Anna, Helen, Zoe, and Rachel all sitting together wearing their friendship bracelets, Anna made. Priya then receives a call from the mortician who tells her that Jack's DNA sample was cross-contaminated and they need a new one, which makes her suspicious of Jack. Meanwhile, Jack and Anna decide to meet in the woods, and he confesses that he was with Rachel that night, but swears he didn't kill her, and Anna believes him and says she didn't either. They end up crying over Charlotte, but this brings them closer together and they hook up in his truck to close the episode. Episode 5. Who's hiding what? After their hookup, things are awkward and Jack still thinks Anna is hiding something and he wants to get to the bottom of it. Meanwhile, the tip line has been getting spammed after Duffy's monetary reward he offered, and Sheriff Barnes wants Jack to follow up on every single one because the town is the verge of going crazy, and if they don't get the murder solved soon, GBI will be called in to take over, and Jack doesn't want that for obvious reasons. Priya then storms in the office, and she has everyone sit down, and she goes over some recent findings, and she believes they need to question Anna, and Jack is pissed at Priya for suggesting this, but Priya makes a pretty good case. Anna's career revived after a year at the exact same time these murders happened, and this story got her back on TV, and then factor in that they were all in high school together, and Anna made friendship bracelets for all of them. They are popping up in the mouths of both victims. Jack begs the sheriff not to buy into this, but he allows Priya to go interview Anna alone, and Jack can't be present since that is his wife and a conflict of interest. Jack is almost positive Duffy is the one behind the murders, and he plans to go prove this before Anna's name is publicly attacked. Jack storms over to Duffy's house and demands he come down to the station with him, and Duffy laughs at him and tells Jack he knows he was the one having sex with Rachel the night she died. This makes Jack stand down, and he goes back to the station to look at more leads from the tip line. Meanwhile, Priya questions Anna, and Anna says she was never really close with those other girls, but they were her only friends, and she didn't agree with them always bullying the lesser girls. She tells Priya she is not the one who killed them, though. Later, Zoe comes into the station and she is frantic and wants to speak with Jack immediately. And it seems she is about to tell him what happened 20 years ago and how she is now scared for her life. But he gets distracted and receives a call with a new tip, so he leaves before hearing her out. Priya sees Zoe in his office after he leaves, so she goes to talk to her, and Zoe tells her Catherine A. Kelly, the fifth girl, was the one who took the picture in the yearbook. Zoe then heads home, and since Meg is with a friend, she takes a bath to calm down, but then someone enters her house. Back at the station, Priya receives all of Rachel's phone records, and the third person she called most was Jack, and then she looks up Catherine Kelly and sees an obituary for her sister, Andrea Kelly. At their hotel, Richard and Anna are shocked to learn someone canceled their room, so Richard says they can go stay at his in-laws for the night and head back to Atlanta in the morning, so they head there. On the way there, Anna starts remembering her sweet 16 birthday party, and when Catherine and the other 3 girls went in the woods, some boys showed up and assaulted Catherine while Helen and Rachel just laughed. In present day, Jack arrives at Zoe's house and finds his sister dead in the bathtub. Anna and Richard arrive at the house in the woods, and when Anna looks at pictures on the wall, she is shocked to see that her arch-nemesis Lexi is actually Catherine Kelly, just with a name change and a huge weight loss. Episode 6. His and Hers. Series finale. A flashback shows Catherine with her family on the lake one day, and after her sister was being very mean to her, they all went on the boat. But Catherine emptied out her sister's inhaler, and her sister ended up dying out on the water. In present day, Anna is freaking out, and she sends her location to Jack because she feels she might be in danger and thinks Catherine is killing all the girls for something that happened 20 years ago. He receives her call and says he will be there as fast as possible, despite being a wreck after just finding his sister dead. Anna pulls out her gun to protect herself, but then Richard tries taking it from her, and she is able to get him locked in the cellar. Meanwhile, Jack tries leaving Zoe's house, but Priya stops him and she demands answers as she knows Jack is hiding something. Jack says he doesn't have time at the moment, so he hits her and drives off to save Anna. At the lake house, Lexi arrives, and they get in a fight because Lexi blames Anna for allowing all the bullying to happen to her when they were younger, and the Sweet 16 attack. As they are fighting, Jack arrives with Priya right on his tail. Lexi is able to grab Anna's gun she had, but there are no bullets inside, and when she pulls the trigger, Priya arrives and sees this and shoots Lexi dead, thinking Lexi was about to kill Anna. The cops arrive and find Rachel's torn-off nails and the murder weapon at the lake house, finally ending their manhunt for Rachel and Helen's murderer. Richard is also arrested as an accomplice to Lexi's murders, despite claiming his innocence. Anna sits down with Jack and tells him all about the Sweet 16 attack, and she wanted to tell him, but could never bring herself to do it. They decide to get back together and try again, and we get a time jump of a year later where they are now together. Anna is pregnant, and they are the legal guardians for Meg, Zoe's daughter. After a Friday workday, Jack, Anna, and Meg go visit Alice, and inside a bedroom, Anna sees a letter from her mother. While the others are outside, Anna reads the letter and is shocked what she reads. Alice was the killer this whole time, and she faked the dementia so no one would suspect her of being a murderer. It all started when she found home videos of Anna's in her room, and on one of the tapes was the Sweet 16 party, and it turns out Anna was also assaulted that night in the woods while the other girls just sat there and laughed. This angered Alice so much that she devised this plan to kill all the other girls for what they did to her daughter, and she wanted to frame Lexi for the murders because she didn't help Anna that night when she could have. She got away from the boys and ran into the woods and left Anna behind to get assaulted. Her getting shot by Priya wasn't planned, but she also wasn't upset about it. Anna is stunned by what she just read, and she looks out at her mom, who looks at her and smiles. And that is it for this one. Any other shows or movies I should do, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching!